Today I figured I'd record my ride or die tag, and this has been going around YouTube. I saw Toddy Westbrook do it, and I mean, of course, Jacqueline Hill, everybody knows, and Kathleen Lights, so I figured, yeah, why not? It sounded like a great idea, and I'd go for it. Alright, let's start off with face primer. I picked this up from Ulta whenever I first saw that Soap & Glory was putting out makeup here in the States. This is the One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer. 12-hour shine proof primer. And you get 1 fluid ounce. And I don't think, like I said, I don't think this was terribly expensive. It might have been 20 bucks. I can't remember. It was affordable. It was affordable, and that's why I picked it up. I can't wear this all the time because I get dry patches on my cheeks and sometimes around my chin. So I can't wear this all the time. Sometimes I'm just too dry for it. But whenever I feel like I'm more oily, I tend to get oily when the seasons are changing, things like that, then I will reach for this. A more affordable option, way more affordable, actually is the e.l.f. face primers. I really like the original formula and the hydrating formula. This is the mineral face primer, which I'm on right now. This one's okay, but it kind of has like little white specklies that I sometimes notice, and I don't like that. And I'm sure it's because it's a mineral formula. But I like the size of it. It's super affordable. This was, I don't even know if this was considered, it might be considered part of their studio line. So it's like $3 or $6. It's somewhere in there. But affordable, easy to replace. Also, an alternative to that one, it's also affordable, but it's kind of easier to get your hands on because more places would have it available, is the Wet n Wild Coverall Primer. And you get 0.84 fluid ounces of this. I picked this up from my local Walgreens, and I mean, it was like $3. You can't beat $3. One thing I don't like about this one is that it kind of smells like Elmer's glue. Feels a little bit like it too when you first put it on. It does dry down eventually, but like your face will feel tacky when you put it on, and the smell will remind you of Elmer's glue. But for the price, the smell doesn't linger, so I can get over it. Eyeshadow primer is also, it's Wet n Wild, and it's the Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. I also really like the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, but I mean, this is more affordable. I have noticed this one separates kind of fast. Like, I haven't even had this one 6 months and it started separating. So, but I mean, for the price, like I said, this is also like $3. You can't beat it. And I'd rather buy like 20 of these than one of the Shadow Insurances for, you know, 12 bucks or whatever it is. Whatever it is. I don't even know how much the full size one is because I usually get the sample size because it's so expensive. Or I get them in kits where they come, you know, there's like 2 or 3 of them. Let's see, next up is foundation. And sorry if you hear me sniffle at all, I have a bit of a cold and it's not going away and it's driving me nuts. So if you hear me sniffling or sounding congested, I'm sorry. I am under the weather. But I wanted to get this filmed and uploaded. So I've been trying to balance school and being sick, and adding on YouTube videos was just not in that equation. Alright, but anyway, we're moving on to foundation. And this is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation, Healthy Luminous, and this has a cool undertone. Apparently this is the color Shell Beige, which I think maybe whenever I bought another one of this, I picked up the wrong color, because I don't know if I've tried this one. And I don't know where my other bottle is, but I know I have it in more of an ivory shade. This is Shell Beige, and I think I'm just making this work by mixing it with the lighter foundation. I really can't remember off the top of my head right now, because I picked this up a minute ago and I was like, what? But anyway, and that's, my lighting's so bad, sorry if you can't see that, I hope you can. But that's just the L'Oreal Lumi True Match. And I love that for all over the face. Like I said, because I get dry areas here and here, that helps me make it less noticeable whenever my skin is acting that way. Another thing I also recently picked up, and I'd have to say this is probably going to be a ride or die for me, because of the fact it does the same thing. If I'm noticing I'm super dry that day, this is the foundation, like a combination or one or the other is what I'm reaching for. And it's the L'Oreal Infallable Pro-Glo, let's see, it has SPF 15 in it, and color is Classic Ivory. And that's just the L'Oreal Infallable Pro-Glo. I've tried the Pro Matte, and that's too drying for me. So when this came out, I was like, heck to the yes. I also have the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion Foundation, and pretty sure it's Classic Ivory. I might also have it in like a porcelain shade. And yeah, I'd have to say this is like this, the Lumi Foundation in the jar, the Pro-Glo, and then the Lumi Cushion are my ride and die trifecta of foundation that I reach for. Like I said, my skin is so particular that it really depends on the day which one I'm gravitating towards most, which is why I have more than one option for a foundation. But I just have to say the L'Oreal line foundation is where I go. For days though when I'm in a hurry, like super hurry, need 5-minute makeup type deal, or just really don't feel like wearing foundation, but I know I should, you know, probably do something with my skin, I have the Almay Smart Shade CC cream. I actually like the white tube more. I can't remember if that's like a BB cream or whatever. This has SPF 35 in it, which I love, because I am definitely a stickler for making sure that I have SPF in my foundation, that, you know, taking care of my skin, not exposing it to the sun too much, etc. So that, I'd have to say, is something I definitely gravitate toward whenever I'm going no makeup kind of deal. Next up, face powder. And for that, I'd have to say the Maybelline, okay, it's new, but the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin powder. There's also the L'Oreal True Match in the powder, which I'd have to say was probably my ride or die before I discovered this. This just feels so much more like skin, looks so much more natural, in my opinion, on the skin for me. And it also helps with if I'm having dry issues, which is kind of weird for a powder to do that, but it does. This is in the color Classic Ivory. I recently picked up the porcelain one because sometimes I have noticed that this one oxidizes on me, and it will give me like Oompa Loompa face if I'm not careful. So I picked up a lighter shade of this. Neither one of them are exactly a match for me, I'd say, but I can make them both work. So I just picked them both up. Yeah, I'd have to say that's definitely, I recommend it, giving it a try. If you are dry, you know the gist, you moisturize and stuff first, but I think it's fantastic either way. I've heard some people say, you know, oh, don't buy this if you're dry skin, but for me, I haven't had a problem, so I would definitely recommend just giving it a try. If you have combo dry skin, I'd definitely say I'm combo dry. So, yeah, I don't know, I'd recommend it to anybody out there who has the same kind of skin texture issues. Next up, face setting powder. And for that, I have two options. They're both affordable, super affordable. One's just kind of harder to get your hand, well, they're both kind of hard to get your hands on actually anymore. The first one is the RCMA No Color Powder. It's the 3-ounce bottle. And I first heard about this from Kathleen Lights, and I immediately hopped online and picked it up, because I had been looking for a face powder that would work for me where there wouldn't be flashback, which that doesn't give me flashback. I've heard some people say the opposite, but I haven't had an issue with it. And it's so much product for like $10 that you can't Like, you can't beat that. Don't like how messy it is, but the second option is even messier. And this is the Coty Airspun, and this is the translucent, there we go, translucent version. And that's the Coty Airspun. Sorry about my lighting. This is messier by far, but I love both of them because you don't get flashback. They're both very light on the skin. They both, like, you don't get a I have powder on my face look from either of them. Even on days when I accidentally forget the setting powder or setting spray, I don't notice them. So that's, yeah, that's why they are my ride or die. Next up, I'm going to say setting spray. I actually really love the e.l.f. The original e.l.f. setting spray. It's got like jojoba oil and stuff like that in it. I don't have a bottle of that. I think I went through it and threw it away, not thinking that I was going to shoot this. So a thing I've been trying, I picked it up recently, is the Wet n Wild, the Photo Focus setting spray. I hate the smell. I hate the smell. It smells so bad. My husband said it smells chemically. Quite frankly, to me, it reminds me of when my dad would go hunting and the scents that he would spray to, you know, attract animals. Like, it's bad. It's bad. I like that it doesn't linger, and I like the mist on it. That is the only reason I'm really giving it a shot. I'm not sure if it's going to be a ride or die. I really prefer the e.l.f. one more, but I'm trying to use this up because I did buy 2 bottles of it on sale. So that's what I've been trying. I wouldn't call it a ride or die. I hate the smell of it. Yeah. I also have this Ben Nye Final Seal Matte Makeup Sealer. I don't like the mist on this. The mist is too big. I love that it will set my makeup. Like, this will set your makeup. It has like a peppermint smell to it, which is non-offensive to me whatsoever. But the mist sometimes is not fine enough, and I have found that sometimes it has ruined my makeup. So I don't reach for that too often, but it will set your makeup. Like, it will. That stuff's made for filming. So it's made for being under hot lights and things like that. So if I know I have an event or something, I will reach for the Final Seal by Ben Nye. Next up is concealer. And for this, I'm going to say the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous concealer. It provides great coverage. I hate the applicator on it, but I can get over the applicator because I can just dot it around my face where I need it and then use whatever I want to blend it out. The applicator is tiny. Like, that is the smallest. It's a standard doe foot, but it's tiny. And I don't like that it's tiny. So I would have to say whenever I'm dry, the Ready Set Gorgeous is what I reach for. Whenever I'm not so dry, there's also the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Foundation Concealer. I have the foundation as well, but the concealer. And this just has a bigger, let's not have all that excess product. It has a bigger doe foot on it, which I appreciate. It's still a standard doe foot, but it's bigger than with the Ready Set Gorgeous. The only thing is the formula is not as thick. Like, it's not going to give you the same coverage. So, like I said, on my lighter makeup days, I wouldn't say no makeup days, but lighter makeup days, I like that. And on days where I'm not so dry, I like that. I notice creasing more with Ready Set Gorgeous when I'm not dry. If I'm dry, then it's fine. I don't have any creasing issues. And it's kind of vice versa with the Better Skin. If I'm too dry, I will have creasing with the Better Skin. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but it's just what happens to me, and I guess it's weird. Also, okay, my no makeup or, you know, want to look like I have no makeup days, love the Maybelline Age Rewind Neutralizer, and I've only recently started using this, like within the past year. This, I could put this on and go. Or I could put this on, put some light powder to set it over, and I don't know. That's why I'd have to say this is a ride or die, because of the fact that I can just put this on and go. And for my highlight, I'm going to go with the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter. Wet n Wild has some, they used to be the Fergie brand, and they've rebranded them. Those are pretty great. There's also the limited edition one that they came out with that immediately flew off the shelves, the Precious Petals. It was like super limited edition, and I finally got my hands on that, and I love it, but you cannot get it easily. This is one that also sells out quite a bit, but I mean at $3 you can't beat the e.l.f. It's the baked highlight. It's the lightest shade. I think this also has the name Petals in it, or Precious Metals, or I don't remember. But the lightest shade. For my contour is easy. My contour, I'd have to go with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Dulce de Leche. And I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right, so hopefully. If not, correct me in the comments below. I don't mind. I'd say something right than wrong, but it happens. And I love that the pan is so huge. I am getting to pan on this, and I will be repurchasing this. I just love it. I reach for it basically every day. It's what's on my face today. For blush, I have two colors, but there's a reason. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Mellow Wine. And this was my first go-to ride or die blush from Wet n Wild, or from anybody really. It's beautiful, it's matte, and you have to use a light hand or you will end up with clown face if you're not careful. But it's gorgeous. And the next one is called Rosé Champagne, and I have not stopped using this really since they started selling it. I will use this as a blush topper over Mellow Wine. I will use this over other blushes just to give me a little bit of shimmer. This does have shimmer in it. It's like a peachy tone. But if you go very light, like you won't even notice the color in this, and you'll just get the shine, and it's gorgeous, and I can't recommend it enough. So that is Rosé Champagne from Wet n Wild. For eyeshadow, hopefully we're on eyeshadow here. I have so much product I can't keep track. This is the Wet n Wild 8-Pan Color Icon, and this is Comfort Zone. And I have hit pan. I have loved this thing. All of their original 8-Pan palettes are amazing. I just recommend any of them. Comfort Zone by far has been my ride or die. Picked this up. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So glad they still sell this. I also had like the Vanity and the Greed and all that, which are no longer sold, but I still have them and I still use them, and I don't care that they're discontinued. Or, well, I care that they're discontinued. I don't care that those are probably expired. I don't care. But the 8-Pan, I will, yeah, just go get them. I'm not kidding. It's like $4, $3. Eyebrows, I have the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in the color Brunette. And I don't know how much that's going to show up on my camera, but it's got a spoolie on one end and then the color on the other. And I love that for filling in my brows, but on days where I'm in a hurry or no makeup kind of deal, I don't mind. I will reach for my NYX mascara, and this is also in the color Brunette. For eyeshadow, not drugstore, I'd have to go with any Too Faced shadows, really. This is the Peanut Butter Jelly palette. I have a lot of their other 9-Pans. I have their La Belle Carousel, which was their holiday collection a few years back. And this Too Faced shadows are what got me into buying high-end shadows. This palette is actually what I have on my eyes today, and I actually swatched some. This is, wow, Nuts About You. This is Peanut Butter, and this is Bananas. And I have Nuts About You in my crease, just to give some definition. I have Peanut Butter all over the lid, and then I have Banana in my inner corner, and underneath my eye, along with Nuts About You, just to kind of sheer it out and shimmer out Nuts About You. For lipstick, my Ride or Die, okay, there's MAC Ruby Woo, which I love. I see for like $2. $2? I think it's $2. It's been a while. This is their color, sorry, Retro Red. And it is just beautiful. If you are looking for that vintage red lip, you cannot beat Retro Red or Ruby Woo by MAC. Just the Wet n Wild line. I swear they're called something, but this is in the color Bordeaux Bitten. It's actually what's on my lips today. And I love their line of lipsticks. They're creamy. They last a long time. Their new formula I don't like as much as their old formula, mainly because I have realized it dries out quicker. Liquid lipstick, I didn't get this out. Shame on me. I'd have to go with Lumiere Color Pop. I love that. I also love it in the lip liner. Same color, Lumiere. Am I forgetting anything else? Oh, for gloss, I'm going to have to go with, there's the Benny Balm by Benefit. This is your less affordable option. But I have this in a couple of colors, and I love throwing this on whether I have lipstick on or not. I just find it's hydrating, lasts all day, that kind of thing. And then I've also recently picked up, or I say recent, it's been like 3 months, the Milani Moisture Lock. And I've been loving this for just when I have nothing on. Or if I use a liquid lipstick, I'll treat my lips with that stuff after. And then I just use a basic chapstick. I have the conditioning one, and I think this one's just called like Rejuvenating. Yeah, Rejuvenating Mango and Conditioning Grapeseed are the ones I have. And I recommend them, especially as we're going into the fall and winter months. I recommend them because of the fact that they do provide the moisture they say they're going to provide. It is long lasting. At least in my opinion, it's long lasting. So I recommend those. I don't wear false lashes, so I can't do lashes. I don't fiddle with them. I might wear them for like Halloween or something, but that's really it. I don't wear false lashes. For my Ride or Die perfumes, I'm going with Chloe. And there's the Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb. And I got just like 2 sample size things. And I went through them so quick, and I felt bad after because I'm like, I need to buy an actual bottle of it. It's expensive. They're both expensive. I'm sorry. I also like the Holly Berry, what is it? Something Orchid. Wild Orchid? I'll leave it in the comments below. Mascara. I don't know if I did mascara. So for this, I'm just going to talk about it really fast. My non-drugstore is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. Like, I've loved this since I got my hands on it. This is my go-to. If I want waterproof, then there's the L'Oreal Voluminous Waterproof. I also love it in the Carbon Black version. I love both of them the same. I really do. The Carbon Black gives you a little more, pigment. That's really the only difference there. I think that's everything. I really hope I'm not forgetting anything. If I am, I will totally update my description bar with it at some point, kind of deal. I will have everything I've talked about here listed in the description below. And I hope that maybe by watching this, you've seen a product where you're like, hey, I'd love to try that out. Or if you own any of these products and you love them, let me know in the comments below. Please like or subscribe to this video if you want to see more from me. And thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great day. Bye.